have you waking up next to me. If I know me, just be yourself. When you're in me, don't judge me. Fake friends, I wouldn't even know what love is.
Hey guys, welcome back to my car. Not my channel, my car. Just kidding. So I'm going to do my cash envelope stuffing with you guys in here right now. I'm actually at the bank on my lunch break, but I'm using my lunch break to go grocery shopping because I am working from home right now. But when I get back from my errands and going to the bank and all that stuff, we're going to talk about my budget and why I chose the numbers I did for this month and just kind of talk about what's going on right now. I'm currently looking at a closed gym where I see men doing squats outside of the front door of the gym. So that's where we're at, over here in the Southwest. This is all my cash. I withdrew 41 dollar bills, 2 $5 bills, 3 $10 bills, and 17 20s. This month my budget is looking a little something like this. Hopefully you guys can see, but basically I've budgeted $140 for gasoline, $250 for groceries, $20 for going out to eat, $10 for anything miscellaneous that I might need, and then nothing for home goods, going out, unplanned events, or clothes. So it is going to be a tight budget. My total going into all of that is $420, which is a lot less than previous months. I believe in the past I was budgeting close to $700. So, again, when I get back to my house, we're going to talk about that and what's going on in my life. And I'm going to try to give you guys some tips on how to prepare for the next coming months financially. So in my gasoline envelope, basically I budgeted $140 for gasoline this month. Normally I've been budgeting about $160, but because gas is so cheap, I can literally fill up my tank for like $19 at this point. So that's plenty. In fact, when I got here, like when I moved to Arizona last November, gas was like right under $3, and now we're sitting right under $2. So it's literally gone down by a whole dollar since then. So I'm gonna put in $140. I'm just gonna make that 17 20s. I'm sorry, I'm gonna make that 7 20s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've been loving Costco gas. It's what saves me all my money. It's where I go. I'm in fact just going to take this right over to Costco and put it in my shop card right after this video. The next category is groceries, and for groceries I budgeted $250. I'm going to be putting in $21 bills, 3 $10 bills, and 10 20s. So we'll start with the 20s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3 10s, 1, 2, 3, and then 21s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Alright, so that is going to be going into my groceries envelope. In my eating out envelope, I think I budgeted $20. Yes, I did. And we're going to be putting in 2 5s and 10 1s. So 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I just realized this probably isn't the safest thing to be flashing around bills in my car, but you know what? I'm right outside a bank right now and there's a police officer behind me, so what's the worst that can happen? Okay, last but not least, my miscellaneous fund. This is just for like any small things, maybe like parking or something at the vending machine, whatever. I budgeted $10, so that's going to be the remainder of my 1s. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that is my cash for the month. I'll talk to you guys more in a few minutes. I'll see you very soon. Ugh. Okay, so I'm back from my lunch break. It ended up being quite a lot longer of a lunch break than I anticipated. First of all, I stopped by Costco. And the reason was that I needed gas. But I also am having a friend over tonight to have a taco night because both of us are going crazy and we both live alone. So I thought, why not invite him over, have some tacos. So I thought I was going to pick some up from Costco because they have these really nice pre-made trays. No, honey, that's not happening because there was a line wrapped like 3 times around the Costco parking lot to get inside that store. I wish I had it videotaped, but I was so shocked that I didn't videotape it, and also I wanted to respect people's privacy, so that didn't happen. Anyways, I ended up just going inside, putting that gas cash into my shop card, going over to the gasoline station, filling up, going to Walmart, getting ingredients for tacos, coming back, prepping all that, and now I'm just chilling. Anyways, I just wanted to talk to you guys about some of the things that are going on right now and maybe hopefully give you guys some encouragement when it comes to your budgets. So you guys saw and heard in my car how tight my budget was for this month, and I want to give you 3 words of advice that I'm generally trying to follow as I navigate the next couple months of uncertainty. My number 1 tip is to eliminate any expenses that you do not need. Basically, you need to take a hard look at everything that you're spending your money on and completely cut out anything that is absolutely unnecessary at this point. For me, that was going out, clothes, home goods, and one of the things that isn't visible on my budget itself is that I actually canceled my Spotify subscription, which is only $10 a month, which isn't that much. But at this point, subscriptions are just not necessary. If you have anything that you can put on hold or just pause, do it now before you need that money in a couple more months. My number 2 tip is to prioritize your mandatory expenses. Now, Dave Ramsey likes to call them your 4 walls, and those walls are, I believe, shelters, so your rent and your mortgage, or your mortgage, I guess. Number 2 is utilities, so electricity and water. Number 3 is food, so make sure your family and you obviously have food to eat. And then the last one is transportation, so if you have a job and you need to get somewhere, make sure that you have money budgeted for that. If you are struggling with debt, or if you have credit card payments that you're still making every month, I just want to kind of put it in perspective. At this point, having 4 walls around you, shelter and food, is a lot more important than having a nice, clean, sparkling credit score. So just make sure your priorities in check and you've got enough money for that. From there, you can trim down everything else to make ends meet. My number 3 tip, and this kind of goes along with the first 2, is to spend as little as possible and save as much as possible. It's important to remember that this emergency budget isn't going to be your budget for the rest of your life. This is just a temporary thing that you're doing to protect yourself in case the worst thing happens, which for a lot of people would just be like losing their job or losing their house, things like that. Right now, you need to cancel your current obligations, limit your travel, and learn to make affordable meals at home. Times are going to change. You're going to make it through this period of time. It's not permanent. Soon enough, you'll be back to the way you used to budget. So the first thing I have to say is that I was furloughed. They told my entire company that we were going to be furloughed for 2 weeks. 1 week in the month of April and 1 week in the month of May. So for me, I'm still working this week, but starting next week, I'm going on a furlough week, and then the second week of May, I'll do the same thing. I found that out about 3 days after I posted my last video. So I have kind of been thinking about how I want to, plan accordingly. Luckily, I already have had a plan because I do have an emergency fund, which I'm super thankful for. But yeah, it's obviously kind of a stressful thing. You have to plan for 3 weeks worth of pay to get through your monthly bills. So the governor of Arizona, which is the state that I live in, actually declared kind of a mandatory stay-at-home rule for the entire month of April, and he declared that yesterday. So unfortunately, that kind of revamped the craziness around town, and everybody's running around, grabbing more groceries and doing the whole hoarding thing all over again, which is pretty annoying because I felt like, things had finally started to calm down and I was finally able to find food in the stores again. But yeah, it's just funny how my priorities have completely changed. I don't really think too much about the toilet paper I'm not using. I've been using Kleenex and napkins and stuff like that, which I know, sorry, TMI. But, I just don't care anymore. It is what it is. I have, there's more important things to worry about than what you're cleaning yourself with in the bathroom. A couple weeks ago, my pastor, I'm sorry I'm just spitting all this stuff that my pastors have been talking to me about, but I just feel like it's so relevant. Let me go grab my Bible really quick because I don't want to butcher this. So we've all heard of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego when King Nebuchadnezzar sends them into the fiery furnace, but there's one verse in Daniel that maybe a lot of people have heard of, but the way my pastor kind of phrased it was so powerful to me. So basically, Nebuchadnezzar asked them to worship the sounds of a horn, a flute, and all these different instruments when they hear it, and fall down and worship the images that he's made for them. And if they don't worship it, basically they'll be thrown immediately into a blazing furnace. So then he says, what God will be able to rescue you from my hand? Being like, well, how are you going to get out of this burning fire? And all three of them respond to Nebuchadnezzar in one of the most powerful ways I guess I've ever read. They say, "O Nebuchadnezzar, we do not need to defend ourselves before you in this matter. If we are thrown into a blazing furnace, the God we serve is able to save us from it, and he'll rescue us from your hand. But even if he does not, we want you to know that we will not serve your gods or worship the image of gold you have set up." So basically they say, we know our God can save us from this fire, but even if he doesn't, we will not worship you. What kind of... Those dudes just straight up told a king that even if God... They say, no, backtrack. They say, listen, our God can save us from this blazing fire. But even if he doesn't, even if we burn in front of your eyes, we will not worship you or the images that you've set up for us to worship. That is an insane amount of trust and faith. So insane that I don't even know. That is just beyond, that is a deeper level of trust than I think I can even comprehend. So, of course, we all know Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego are protected. They come out and not a hair on their head was singed by the fire. And, Nebuchadnezzar calls them out, and sure enough, they come right out, and they are protected by the angel of God in the furnace. So, all of that being said, who are we to think that, in a pandemic like this, God doesn't have the ability to protect us from a stupid virus? But even if he doesn't, even if we lose our health, even if we lose our 401ks or our entire savings account, God is still good, and God still loves us. And we know that no matter what, we're going to get rewarded someday in heaven for continuing to be faithful and putting all of our trust in him. I love that story. I love that story more than I used to. Anyways, I appreciate you guys watching this video. I hope that you guys are all safe and that you continue to find peace and embracing the new situations you find yourself in, because this is all new for everybody. So I love you. Take care. I will see you again very soon. I'm probably going to be going home next week, so maybe I'll film an at-home video and just do like a casual thing. I'm not quite sure yet, but I love you. Talk to you later. Bye.